as somebody that's 25 years old as of about like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week, I don't even remember. One of the things I've realized as I've kind of come into like, I'm really adult. I feel like when you turn 25, you like really adult now. And, I see a lot of people complaining about adult life. And I get it. It's tough. But I think a large part of the toughness of adulting is the fact that we chose to grow up, or we chose to fall in line with what they told us we had to do. Like, as you grow up, people will try to push onto you certain ideals, push onto you certain things you just have to do because that's just how it is. And nobody really tells us why, or if they tell us why, it's not a good why. And it's not a why you should accept. One of the things that has made my life so dope is that I stayed like a kid. Like, I never gave up on the kid version of me. I didn't care if somebody else didn't approve of it. I didn't care if somebody else thought I wasn't successful. I didn't care if other people looked at me different. I just realized those aren't the people meant for me. And I started attracting the people that were meant for me. And my goofy personality, my authentic vibe resonated with the people it was supposed to. And I started achieving and creating the life I was meant to live. I think a lot of times as we're progressing in life, the older and older we get, the more they try to push onto you this box you have to stay in. The more you have to be just like everybody else. The more you have to get a job, get married. It's like, who said those were the rules and the timeline to live a fulfilling life? I think the only requirement, I'm sorry for it, it always happens whenever I speak, is it don't be windy. But I think the only requirement it takes to live a fulfilling life is to go after and to do the things you want to do, regardless of what the world or your family or the people around you are saying. Like, literally living a fulfilling life is about not listening to that. Not like, it's the opposite. They will tell you all those things, but the way to actually get what they're saying, what you will get if you listen to them, is by not listening to them. It's a wild predicament we're in. But like, keep being a kid. Keep doing the things you love to do, because through those things is exactly where you flourish and become the best version of yourself, because you're willing to be challenged at it. It's hard to be challenged for me in a cubicle, because that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So instead of accepting what they told me I should do, Jamar, that's what you do, they're paying you good money, and no, what is fulfilling me and what do I love to do? And magically I started making more money and I started doing way more. It took time, but you know what? It was a challenge in the life meant for me. Stop running away from the life you're meant for because the world is telling you you're not. But the only person that can know or has any chance of knowing is you. You're the only one that knows how you feel when you do the things you love to do. You're the only one that knows how you feel when you do the things you hate doing. So how is somebody going to tell you about how you feel when you're the only one that knows how you feel? It doesn't make sense. We listen to people that have no way of knowing who we really are. And even if somebody knows you, they've grown up with you, they've seen everything you experience, they can't possibly tell you how you feel. They can't. And so everybody's ignorant to you, and we end up living a life, or we end up becoming adults and hate the lives we're living, and we're frustrated, and we're even more frustrated because we think that's just what it is, when in reality, if we just stop listening to them idiots, for lack of better words, we'd find a life we're actually meant to live. And I'm not saying it's easy. Like, adulting is not easy, but life isn't easy. It has nothing to do with being an adult. It's all facets of life. Every part of our life was hard. Whether you go after what you want is hard. Whether you go for something you don't want, everything is hard. But at least when you go after what you want, at least like it feels right. At least it's the hard meant for you. At least you feel like it's for a reason. When you're doing the thing you're not supposed to do, when you're doing the things just because you're told to do it, that sucks, bro. It really does. And you don't deserve that. One thing you have to realize is those opinions don't matter. Like, if everybody in the world thinks you're successful, but you don't think you are, then it doesn't matter. But if you are the happiest person on earth, but everybody hates you, I promise you, you are winning at life. Understand, winning, being successful, success is all a determinant. I don't know if that's a word. Is only determined by you. Determinant. Is that a word? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It can only be determined by you. But yet we live our lives as if we want other people to think we're happy than to actually be happy. That's a bar. A lot of people live their lives because they want people to think they're happy, but they don't want to actually be happy. So adulting, it sucks. Right? You know, it does. You got to pay rent. You got to pay the electricity. You got to do all this stuff. But life is going to be hard regardless, so you might as well do the things and live. Like I like to say, just the pursuit of going after what you want is better than settling, even if you don't get what you want. So like, even if I never capture my dreams or my dream life, just the pursuit of it is better than sitting there and just saying, I guess this is just my life. And that sucks. There's no hope in that. Go after what you want. Just the pursuit of it is better. Keep being a kid. Keep doing stupid stuff. People can relate to that. Nobody can relate to you doing the stuff and not feeling like you're being who you are. Confidence comes from an acceptance of who you are, regardless what any people think. And the reason why you're not confident, the reason why you're not happy is because you're relying on other people to approve of you that you're not even meant for. You're not even meant. Just because somebody's your daddy, your mommy, your auntie, your uncle, whatever it may be, it doesn't mean they're supposed to understand your vision and what you want. You're the only one that has to understand that. So go after that. Approve of yourself. That's the only person you can ever expect to approve of you. And stop taking things so seriously. I really don't take things seriously. Some things I do, but I don't allow somebody to tell me when and where I'm supposed to act a certain way. I'm me, and the only person that knows me is me. So who are you to tell me who I am? Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all in the next video. Peace.